Hi, my name is Bob and welcome to the homestead, y'all. Today we have some little mulberry trees here. These are just little whips that were gifted to us. I think we have 12 of them. You can see they're just tiny little trees. They're bare root. You can see they've just got a few little roots on them. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of these 1-gallon pots. I have some potting soil mixed up. This is 2 parts Pro Mix and 1 part sand. And I have a little bit of worm castings here we're going to put in each pot. Not a whole lot. You don't want to put a whole lot of nitrogen in the soil that you're planting these in, because when these roots start to sprout out, they're really tender and you can burn them up real easy. So we're just going to put a little bit of worm castings in them, not a whole lot, just enough to give them a few nutrients. And then we'll leave them in these pots for the rest of the summer, and this fall, somewhere around October, we'll go ahead and put them in the ground. If you've watched any of our videos, I have some videos on our mulberry trees, but we have 3 decent sized trees that we get mulberries on. They have about a 4-inch trunk on them, but these will be producing mulberries. It'll take probably 4 to 5 years before they'll produce mulberries. Our current mulberry trees produce quite a few mulberries already. So these are for the future. We're not planting for now. So that's why I don't mind getting young whips like this, especially when you get them for free. So let's go ahead and we'll plant these. I'll show you how to do it. Show you how to plant them in pots, and then that way if you have any young whips like this that you need to take care of, it doesn't matter if they're apple trees, it doesn't matter if they're pear, if they're cherry, if they're young whips like this, you can do them all the same way. So let's get started. Okay, let's get started on planting these little whips. First thing we want to do is fill our pot about halfway up with our potting mixture. And I'm going to push it down just a little bit. I'm not packing this. Now this is moist. It's not soaking wet, just moist soil, and that's all you want. You don't want to get it soaking wet or the little roots will rot on you. So we'll just take one of these, and you can see the real fine roots on them, and I'm just going to stick my finger just a couple inches down in this soil and put it down in there. I'm going to put just a little bit of worm castings, just about a handful, on top of this, not directly on the roots. And then I'm going to finish filling this up to about 3/4 of the way full. I'm going to pack it down. Now I'm not packing this tight, I'm just making it firm. So that way I know it gets around the tree and the roots real well. Just like that. Now, later on this summer, once I see the roots on the bottom of these holes, if I see any roots on them, I'll know that the roots are established, and we can put some compost on top of this and water the compost in to feed these little trees. But for now, until I see those roots on the bottom down here, I'm not going to do anything to these other than just give them a little bit of water. So let's do another one. Then I'll probably do a time lapse doing the rest of these. Stick a handful of worm castings in there. Take us another little whip. And you can see this one has a longer root, so that's good. So I'm going to drop that root down in the hole that I pushed in the center of my pot. And then we'll go ahead and fill dirt in around it. And like I said, pack it to where it's firm. Push the dirt down the soil to where it's firm, but don't pack it tight. So that's what you want it to look like when you're done, about 3/4 of the way full. And of course, the bottom of our whip is right in here. We don't put it all the way to the bottom of the pot. You want to leave soil between the bottom of the whip and the bottom of the pot. So that way when the roots start growing, it gives it a soil for the roots to grow into. That's how we do it. We have 12 of these to do. get on it. I'm going to mix that up a little. You can see this one has quite a few roots on it. So I'm going to dig that soil out to where I can lay these roots around. And I'm just going to wrap them around the pot a little bit. So you can see how I push the soil out. Now I'm just going to take that soil and just lightly push it down over those roots. And that one had rooted real well. That's what you want to see. Just like that. It doesn't take long. Once you get your soil mixed up, plant these. We've done 3 already. Here's the 4th one, and look at the roots on that one. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to push the soil all to the side, except for about the bottom 2 inches. And then I'm just going to wrap those roots around, and then push the soil back from the side, and then go ahead and put soil in it. Okay, that has all our mulberry whips done. There's 12 of them. I'm going to set them over here by our grapevines, buddy. And we'll leave them in these pots, like I said, till about October. I'll do a video in October on how to plant these in the ground. I will go ahead and prepare the soil this summer as I get time for these trees. I'm going to plant these about 20 feet apart, maybe 25 feet apart. So that way when they become full-size trees, they're not crowding each other. But if you have any questions or comments on this video or any of our other videos, please leave them below. And as always, thanks for watching.